I did not come looking for Sensei Miyagi. I came looking for you.
What's going on, ScreenRant? It's Liam Crowley live here at the New York City premiere of Karate Kid Legends. I wore a little red in the J's and I got a sunburn on Memorial Day just to celebrate some Karate Kid red. We're talking with Ralph Macchio, we're talking with Jackie Chan, we're talking with the new Karate Kid himself, Mr. Ben Wang, and the entire cast and crew, and it all starts right now. The first time we met Mr. Han was back in the 2010 Karate Kid movie, and it was with a whole different cast, a whole different premise. Talk to me about developing the backstory you had for him over these past 15 years. What has he been up to in the time since?
After the Karate Kid, we've been talking to the writer and Will Smith. There's so many ideas going on. Sometimes he don't like it, sometimes I don't like it. We wanted something different, and they want to make a like Karate Girl. And somehow they change it again. And somehow the script going to Brazil, then we change it again. Then later on, I said, hurry up, otherwise Jaden now taller than me now. You know, then suddenly they provide the script as Miyagi and me. I said, oh, that's a good idea. Then we have Karate Kid Legends. Thank you for the writer. Thank you, the Claire de Mind.
And how cool is it to get to see Daniel with him? It's an awesome tandem you guys have. I'll wrap up with this. I'm a huge Rush Hour fan, Mr. Chen.
Thank you.
You said Rush Hour 4 a couple of years ago. There was some status. What's the latest?
I don't know. Ask the director, ask the studio, ask the writer. Hurry up, otherwise Chris Tucker and me, 100 years old. We're like an old man doing the Rush Hour.
You want to do it though?
Yes. I want to do a Shanghai Night, Shanghai Dawn, Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Night, Shanghai Dawn. The script's still going on. I want to do a Rush Hour 4 and Legends 3.
Amazing. Our readers are going to make this happen. Mr. Chan, thank you so much for your time. You play the motherly figure in Karate Kid Legends, and in the Karate Kid lore, the motherly figure can kind of ride one of two paths. She can either encourage the Karate Kid to pursue those dreams or be a little concerned with physical combat. How did you ride the line between, you know, encouraging Lee to be who he can be, but also watching out for your son's safety?
I kind of took inspiration from my mom. She wasn't very encouraging in the beginning with my acting career, but now she's my biggest supporter. So I think, you know, being that mom where you're reluctant because you know, from when I played the character, it was like you don't want the child to be hurt. And she was also grieving at the loss of another child, the older brother of Ben Wang's character. And that fear dictates a lot for a parent. So it's overcoming all that and allowing them to grow and prosper and pursue what they want. It's the ultimate dream of any parent.
Very much so. There's a lot of backstory in this film that gets revealed throughout. We'll save some spoilers, but there's a history your character has with Mr. Han. Talk to me about developing that dynamic with Jackie.
Oh gosh, you know, once you meet Jackie, there's just instant love there, and he's just, I cannot say enough wonderful things about this man. He is fun to work with. He's so dedicated. He's absolute inspiration. And I was a bit intimidated when I first met him because I was such a big fan of his.
I heard he's like first to set too, right?
He is the first to set. He was the first at the red carpet. He is just the most amazing human being. He brings the party and he brings the discipline.
It sounds like it wasn't even work to make this film.
It really wasn't, yes.
I'll wrap with this. We all miss Fennec Shand. It's been a minute since we've seen her.
Thank you.
Mando and Grogu, big screen next year? Maybe?
Well, I mean, I'm not in it, but if I can be, that would be great.
You think we'll see her again?
I hope we see Fennec again, yes, because I miss her too.
I hope so. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
You kept a secret from me when we filmed Coffee Chats.
What?
Sunrise on the Reaping. You kept
yeah.
a secret from me. I didn't think to ask you, but
Even my mom didn't know. I didn't tell, like.
Now,
I'm sorry for keeping it a secret from you, but I had to do what I had to do.
now that it's out there, what can you tell me about your preparation for Wyatt? And you're filming in July, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, we're starting. Yeah, that's my understanding. I honestly, right now, I'm just getting onboarded, so I know about as much as you do. But
Have you read the book yet?
Oh yeah, day one.
Oh, it's so good, right?
Dude, I'm so excited for
Isn't
this.
it cool to adapt something that literally just came out too?
It's so cool, and this is my second time working with Francis Lawrence because I worked with him on The Long Walk.
Yeah.
So he's really incredible. I can't wait to see what he does with this one.
It's going to be hot. I'm excited for this premiere too. Ben, thank you for your time. Mr. Jackson, you get your hands dirty in this film in a different kind of way. You're a boxer. Talk to me about that kind of stunt choreography in the Karate Kid world.
Well, in the Karate Kid world, that kind of stunt choreography is very intense and it's very precise. So we did a lot of training, a lot of choreography work to get these things dialed up so they're to the level of a Jackie Chan production. And I will tell you that it is different doing this stuff at 45, 46 than it is when you're in your 20s.
Did Jackie have any input on your choreography?
So the guy that Jackie works with, his name is Pong. He was there with us all the time. So Jackie and Pong would talk about this stuff before Jackie physically arrived on set. I never asked if Jackie was like looking at my choreography, but have you interviewed him yet?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a big energy man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he's
I heard first to set, last to
Yeah,
leave,
exactly. So
was always looking at camera angles and stuff like that.
Exactly. So I would be shocked if when we were doing all the rehearsals, he wasn't watching what was going on, just given that his level of attention to detail.
And probably no news is good news. Probably.
Well, but what's amazing about, like, one of the things, he's so infectious on set, because like he gets there and you're doing something and he'll be watching the stunt and he'll just be like, no, that's not, you got to grab his wrist and you flip him, you got to really turn your hip so you can come back, and you're like, oh, yeah, you're exactly right. Of course, I wouldn't have seen that. It's just, and he's amazing.
I love it. I'll wrap with this. If I'm not mistaken, this is like your first movie in a decade, I want to say.
yeah.
Was it the Karate Kid universe? Was it the Legend script? What about this project made it right for you to get back into feature films?
It was partially, yes. It was Karate Kid. That's a movie of my childhood. But a big part of it is I'm a dad now, right? And so I don't typically make things that my daughter can watch, probably ever. So to be a part of something that meant so much to me as a kid and have it potentially mean something to her as a kid was, yeah, a no-brainer.
It's the best response ever. I love that. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you. This Karate Kid Legends movie, it's obviously revitalizing the world of Karate Kid, which was on the big screen decades ago. We got Cobra Kai throughout the 2010s. What was your familiarity with the franchise going into this project?
Pretty baseline. I used to do a lot of Comic-Con appearances with a lot of the IT cast, and William Zabka was always there, and he was always fun to be around. He was so sweet. But I mean, just the general, like, I saw this movie when I was a kid. Everybody knows Karate Kid. It's like that general familiarity. But coming into this, it just kind of opened up that world for me.
Very much so. You get to play the best friend, which we all know this character in films like this. Talk to me about getting into the headspace of your character, and if you took any inspirations from any, like, I don't want to call him the guy in the chair, because he's not necessarily in the chair, but he serves that mentality, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I walked in the first day, and I was like, Jonathan, the director, I was like, Jonathan, what are we doing with this character? And he was like, I don't know. He just let me have a lot of freedom with it, and the way I liked to play this, and every scene would become more of this, is just like, he thinks that this is all him. This is all his doing. He's like, I trained you. Like, if he could, he would put himself on the poster and he would be like the third teacher. Absolutely. He's like, I trained you. This is me. That's what he gives.
Amazing. I have two more quick questions for you. For one, as we saw in Cobra Kai, it's like inevitable that any character who's in the Karate Kid franchise does karate eventually. Do you think we're going to see you get some action in a sequel?
Look, depends on the audience reception of Alan. If they're like, we need to see this guy kicking butt, then I'm there. I'm there.
I think we need to see.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
What are your? Do you want to get physical?
Yeah, I'd love to get physical.
Okay, we'll practice your dragon kick for the sequel.
I will. I'm pretty close already.
Final question. The world of it, you mentioned it earlier, is coming back to life with Welcome to Derry. I know we're taking place outside of the Losers Club and all that, but as someone who's, in the family, what are your thoughts going into that project?
I don't know. It's cool to see, like, I just watched the trailer the other day, and it's crazy to see, like, a lot of similar shots and a lot of, like, similar locations, or just like moments and beats that feel so familiar, but like with a new cast. And it's almost like, I mean, it's what they did with the original. They're taking a chance on a bunch of people, and I love that. I love that they're doing that, and to, like, continue expanding on this world, and to continue, like, seeing it through. I don't know. I'm proud of Andy always, and I'm really happy for him.
Andy's a legend. Yeah. This movie is full of legends. Great segue to end it. Wyatt, thank you for your time. Appreciate you. You play the love interest in this movie. There's a lot of characters in this film that feel so familiar, right? Like I talked with Wyatt earlier, and he plays the guy in the chair, the token best friend. Were there any inspirations you pulled when it came to being that dynamic across Ben?
Something that I always kind of went back to was the sort of Spider-Man MJ situation.
Yeah, I got that vibe. Helps being in New York.
It helps, it was all coming up. So I love that. I love that Mia can kind of she kind of sees the potential in Lee before he fully sees it in himself, and I think that's really special. So.
I love that. One question, I wouldn't say this is spoiler territory. If you answer spoilery, we'll save it for after release. Obviously, the scene with the boxing with your dad in this film, how difficult is it for Mia to go into that final sequence at the Five Boroughs and watch Ben do his thing and knowing how south it can go?
Yeah, well, that's kind of a battle that she goes throughout the film. She kind of starts the film off like really not being a fan of any sort of martial arts, fighting, violence. She really wants to get away from it, especially from her ex relationship with Connor and the violence that, he has. But yeah, it's kind of beautiful how throughout the movie she learns from Lee that what martial arts can do for people, and the discipline and the confidence that it can bring. So yeah, but I definitely think that's part of it. She's really protective of the people she loves, protective of her father, protective of Lee. So yeah, that final fight scene is intense.
Yeah. Cool to see a dragon kick in real life, huh?
Oh yeah, very cool.
Amazing. Sadie, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you. Aramis, you are no stranger to doing crazy stunt choreography with your projects Into the Badlands, Miss Marvel, now Karate Kid Legends. Can you tell me about how those past projects almost prepared you for this, or did it feel like something completely new?
Oh, I mean, they absolutely prepared me for this. That's kind of the most amazing thing about being an actor is you end up doing things that you'd never expect you do, and I didn't realize sort of my passion for martial arts. I was trained in Wushu for many years. So it was like a little bit of a learning curve going in and selling, being a, sort of pseudo karate master. But yeah, it definitely helped. I was already limber, and Ben had already been there for 2 weeks training when I showed up, and we had another month to train. So we were in there. A lot of it is us. A lot of it is our badass doubles who we have to give credit to. But it was, it definitely helped me, of course.
Is it good to be bad?
Oh man, is it good to be bad? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You could throw all your morals out the window. What your mom taught you doesn't matter anymore,
I hated you in this movie.
I'm so glad. No, you need that. You need that, because for it to be a triumphant story, you have to want to see that guy fall as hard as he possibly can. And that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to basically be the worst person I could be when I was on set and justify my things. And it's easy with Ben and Sadie. They're such professionals and so good at what they do. It was like we just had to listen to each other and working with Jonathan. It was like, yeah, it was easy, honestly. It was easy.
All right, talk to me about developing the Battle of the Five Boroughs, because that was the coolest scene of this movie. Coolest scene, coolest act. We get to go through all, as someone who lives in New York now, I know you got shot in Montreal, but still, you recreated that New York magic. Talk to me about what you wanted to capture with that big ending battle.
Well, I feel like there's been so many tournaments throughout every single version of Karate Kid. And so this time around, we were like, okay, how do we do something a little bit different without living super hardcore in the Five Boroughs tournament? And the whole point for me was, how can we get to the end? What I wanted for the finale of the movie was essentially as long a martial arts sequence as I could possibly get. So I was like, how can we spend the time just building up to that and then living with what I hope is one of the most epic martial arts endings to a movie around.
I never want to see an indoor karate battle again. I want everything to happen on a New York City rooftop because, oh my God, the cinematography is awesome.
2 branches, 1 tree.
One question that I have to say for after the movie releases, how hard was it to keep Billy's return under wraps?
Oh, yeah.
We talked at the Cobra Kai junket. You very made it seem like the last time you two would be on screen together was that season finale.
Yeah, it was, listen, it's great having him. And I wasn't sure he was going to do it, and he was just all embracing. Listen, he's a brother, man. We've become such close friends. If you would have said that to me 15 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, right. We were always friendly, but he's one of my best friends. And he graces Cobra Kai with a brilliant performance, and he graces us here with a tip of the hat to the legendary Johnny Lawrence. It's great to have him in there.
Was that ending scene, was it a tease for what's to come, or was it just a wink and nod to the fans?
Hey, listen, people show up for the opening of this movie, which we're counting on. I would love to see a Cobra Kai film in a couple years. Why not? They've earned it.
Final question for you. Would Barney Stinson approve of the new Karate Kid?
Probably not. Whatever, that's what's so great about Barney Stinson is, it totally made sense that he would say that the real Karate Kid was Johnny Lawrence. And in the arc of the Cobra Kai series, Johnny Lawrence is a good dude. He just had to find his way, Whatever Barney says, I'll follow.
You think he's a fan of Cobra Kai?
I think he should be. I've run into him recently, and he's very happy. He's very happy.
That was my introduction to like the whole Karate Kid world. That's what got me into it, because How I Met Your Mother was airing after the Karate Kid movies were airing, and so much fun.
It's great. You back yourself into this. I mean, the kids, the families that go see this movie next week will go home, and their uncles and grandparents and aunts and parents will say, "Hey, look, I want you to watch this," and they show the 1984 film, and you got 4 generations of legacy. It's really great to be a part of.
It's good to have Daniel back on the big screen.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate you. Every time I walk on these New York City streets, I see your face on the top of taxi cabs. Is it starting to set in?
Yeah, sure.
You are the Karate Kid? Like this is, New York City, and you're everywhere.
I'm starting to believe it. The big that helps.
Yeah.
Just to be like, oh yeah.
Very cool. There's so much in this movie I want to talk. Can we talk spoilers? We'll save it for afterwards. That ending sequence on the top of the skyscraper, the ending of the 5 boroughs. Talk to me about shooting on that day and what it was like to finally land that dragon kick at the climax of the film.
Well, it wasn't a day. It was many days. I think it took about 2 weeks to get everything in for that sequence. It was the longest fight that we shot. I mean, it shows, right? That fight is really incredible. I think our stunt team really outdid themselves. We shot it. I mean, obviously, it would have been really hard to shoot it for real on a rooftop over 14 days at sunset. So we had a volumetric screen.
You fooled me. I really thought that was practical.
It's super convincing, right? And the lighting looks great, but we shot it indoors with a giant sort of LED screen that wraps around with giant fans manned by French Canadian dudes.
How hard was it to keep Johnny Lawrence's cameo secret?
It was very, very hard. We built a brand new Miyagi house just for the movie, which was based on the original version, and that was the only place that we shot with Billy. So we snuck him in and we hid him away, like almost in the closet, in Miyagi's closet. And then when we went to shoot, we brought the crew in and we were just like, okay, let Billy out, and here we go. And then Ralph was there, and they kind of did their thing. They got amazing chemistry from the show, and we just kind of got there. And a lot of that is improv, just throwing cool lines, and Billy just going for it. So
yeah, I talked with Ralph at the Cobra Kai junket. He sold it. I thought that was the last time we'd ever see those two on screen together. I'll wrap with this. One character we never got to see back in the Cobra Kai universe was Hilary Swank's character. Did you ever have conversations about including her in this film? And if not, are you open to bringing her back for a sequel?
I mean, we didn't have any conversations with her, but I think that she's awesome, and she's proved in movies she's an awesome fighter. So I'm like, yeah, let's go.
All right, here's hoping. Legends 2, I think we can make it happen. Jonathan, thank you for your time. I feel like there were hints of a redemption arc for your character in this, but we never saw it fully through. Totally. Do you think if there is a sequel, we could kind of see him on the good side?
I mean, I would hope so. I would hope so. But I think Connor's dark side for life. I think his revenge story would be shrouded in some unsavory feelings for sure. So I don't know about a full shift into good guy mode, but yeah, there definitely is hues of that, and that's like important for Karate Kid too, because it's all about bad teachers, no bad students. It's a huge theme of it, and when we originally shot it, it was pure bad, and then we sort of went back in and realized like, oh, you know what, there has to be some redeeming nature, because this kid is just abused. At the end of the day, that's what it is. We need good teachers for good students, and the world needs that, and I think that's what Karate Kid embodies. So to be the sort of dark side of that is like, it's an honor.
I love that. We'll wrap with this. Do you think we've seen the last of Red Dagger?
I wish not, but I think so. I would.
No Miss Marvel season 2?
I don't think so. I mean, it's been a long time now, so I'm not really sure. I haven't
3 years.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to. I was supposed to make appearances and other things, but didn't end up working out, and some logistical stuff and COVID stuff, and I think also creative stuff. But I mean, that was also an amazing show, but I don't know. I'm still waiting for the call, to be honest.
Hey, I think she's assembling the Young Avengers right now.
Yeah.
She's got your number on speed dial.
She's definitely got my number on speed dial, that's for sure.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah.